Hi everybody, welcome to the Ustream night tonight, and I'm tonight's educator song, and next week is going to be Karen, so don't forget to tune in. And then we're going to be creating this beautiful layout tonight, and you will see it better when I flip the camera. And the pre-sale of the kit start on the 20th, so don't forget to pre-order your beautiful kit this month. And what else am I gonna say? Oh, and tonight everything I use on the project will be 10% off in the Ustream special section in the shop, in the store. So don't forget to check that out as well. So we're going to get it started. I'm going to flip the camera around, and excuse me for the dizziness is causing you. Okay, I'm going to flip another way, I'm sorry. Probably making you super dizzy right now. Okay, gonna open up the light. Good. Now it's showing pretty well. This is the layout. Yes, this is the Lemon Craft collection. If you have not got your hands on Lemon Craft yet, you should hurry. Definitely hurry over and get your Lemon Craft collection. It's just beautiful. So beautiful. I love every collection they have. So these are two papers that I used on this layout. Oh! Knocked down my lamp. That's not good. And this is the page that I'm going to use as my foreground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this piece right here. It doesn't matter how much you're going to do it. I'm just going to do like 4.5 inch or something around that size. I just want this layout to have different colors and compositions, so that's why I'm doing this. Hi, Oda! And, okay, and I don't want to waste my beautiful Lemon Craft paper, right? Now, as you can see, I have something layered behind it, and I'm not going to use the whole paper to do that because I'm too cheap for it. So I'm just going to cut out the strips like that and then put it behind the paper to save up some beautiful paper. Like that. And I will cut out a little areas from here too, so I can put it behind another little peeled up area. Alright, so now we have this ready, and to take out a piece of 12x12 paper, it can be either white cardstock or it could be any paper you don't like anymore. A great way to get rid of the paper you don't like. But I'm gonna use this. This is from a Prima paper stack, and oh my goodness, I just spilled my watercolor. I always do this kind of stuff. Hang on a second. Okay, it's all good now. Watercolor is great because you can clean it up so easily. And this is from Prima stack, so it's, you know, it's a huge stack of paper, so I can use it whenever I want, for whatever purpose I want. I'm just gonna flip it over and use the white side, so when I flip this over, and I have beautiful Shabby script site to look at as well. So let's get this started. So excited. I'm gonna use some double-sided adhesive. I could use gel mediums for this, but I think, you know, it takes too long to dry on live class, so I'm gonna just go easy and just use some double-sided adhesive for this. Okay, put it right there. Because I already have a piece of 12x12 paper, it's really easy to use it as a guide where you should place your paper down. I'm going to place this one right there. I'm going to add some adhesive to the back of this paper. Look at this beautiful thing. I hate to cover it up, but because it's double-sided, I have to pick a side. That's really sad. Why do they have to be double-sided? Okay, this adhesive is so strong, it's ripping off my paper. Now, if you're going to do a lots of art medium, always tape down your paper super well. So by that I mean apply glue or adhesive to every single little square inch on your paper. If you don't do that later on after you apply the medium, it will bubble up and it's not good looking. But if you don't mind the bubble up, you know, it's alright. But I personally don't like that look. And I just kind of used up the whole tape. A lot of waste, but it's okay. I should have just used my gel medium, but it's going to dry super slow and I really don't want that. I'm going to have a lot of paint and a lot of wet techniques on this page. So I am not sure how long this show is going to be. But if it takes a long time, I'm really sorry. I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible. That's why I did not use many embellishments. I went with a really minimal amount of embellishment on this layout. Okay, the paint have just cut my nail. Now I can't peel off stuff. Oh, I should not just cut off my nail. There we go. Do you like watching me peeling back the paper? If you joined after I started, I'm gonna say hi right now, but I'm sorry I didn't know the name. I was not looking at the chat. Okay, now this piece is going to go on this side. And then I'm going to just kind of tear open the center here. And then just roll it over to create some roll back look. Okay, like that. And it's super fun. I love this kind of roll back look. So simple, but yet so pretty. And I'm going to roll back this place a little bit as well. Totally forgot to place down this piece that I just cut. Oh well, it's okay. I'm not going to place that. I don't want to ruin the whole thing. I'm just going to paint it after I glue everything down. Use this like that. And again, I'm going to use my double-sided adhesive just to cheat this process, make it faster. I'm deciding if I want to open this lamp or not, because if I open it, if I turn it on, it's so bright. If I don't turn it on, this corner is just so dark. Such a struggle on lightning. Alright. You could go ahead and burnish your things after you put on your double-sided adhesive, but I'm too lazy for this right now. So I am not going to burnish it. I'm going to skip that process. So this side has those little distressed look, so this is going to be the outside. That's what I'm going to do. And then roll back this area like such. And to secure the rolls, just apply some hot glue and it will be secured. Okay, super easy. So now the paper is ready for the photos and everything, but you know, I don't have a photo for this. I cut out a photo mat from the scrap paper, you know, after you cut out the areas just so you can have this much of scrap paper. So I just cut out a photo mat from the scrap paper. I'm gonna put this thing here so the camera can focus. I think it's going out of focus and it's kind of crazy. Makes me dizzy, makes you dizzy. So I'm gonna cut some chipboard and I'm going to make this really dimensional. I usually, when I apply photo mat, I just go for hot glue. Because if I don't do hot glue, if I do wet glue, if the paper is not strong enough, it'll warp when it hits the wet glue, and it will be warped like that the whole time on your layout, and it's not a beautiful look. So I just go for the hot glue on my photo mat. And now we're going to do the background, where I think is the most fun thing to do. Please focus. Okay. I'm gonna take some modeling paste. Whichever modeling paste you have will work exactly the same. And a palette knife. This stencil is from Prima. It's the Prima's flower stencil. I love those flower stencil. So pretty, so shabby, just gorgeous. Love those. I have, I think, every single one of those flower stencil because I love them so much. Okay. Now this is going to be a lot of stenciling because I really want to have this whole, not whole page, but most of the page filled with this gorgeous flower pattern. Hope you can see how beautiful this pattern comes out. Why is it having trouble focusing? It's kind of annoying. Don't do that, camera. And some on this area. I know my photo is going to be here, so I want this texture to really surround the photo mat and just to really make it like a surrounding, embellishing thing around my photo and really make my photo the center point of this whole thing. Oh, I need a bit more around there. It's okay to do this, like lay down your stencil on top of other on-dry texture. It's definitely okay doing that, don't worry about it. Yes, it's going to probably damage some of the texture that you just made, but it also creates some different effects. I don't particularly care about it, but if you really don't want your stencil to damage the pattern that you did before, then you probably have to wait for it to dry, and it's going to take a while. Okay. Now I think it looks pretty good. It is a gorgeous stencil. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna throw it in a tub of water next to me because I don't want it to dry. I don't want us to ruin my stencil. Always clean your stencils if you used modeling paste, please. Don't leave it on there. Okay, now it's a time for annoying heat tool noise. It has to happen or it will stay wet for a long time. But don't worry, this thing dries super fast. This Prima one dries super fast. I'm gonna look at the chat, just see what's going on. Hi Lydia! Still saying hi. Yes, hot glue don't really stay that well. After a period of time, it will come off. I have some projects I made when I just started the scrapbooking, which is like 2 years ago, and the things have already come apart, and it's only 2 years. But it's good for a quick fix, though. Hey, Carrie. Hi! I saw those creative, I don't remember the name, I think they're called creative embossing paste or creative texture paste that are new in Fine Unicorn store. Those are so pretty. They're I think they have iridescent colors. I'm not sure because I don't own them, but they look really pretty to me. Okay, I'm a bit OCD on this. I need to make sure it's completely dry before I go on to other process. Yeah, that's working for you, Carrie. That's awesome. So I use my hand to touch it a lot because, use my hand to make sure if it's dried. And sometimes my fingers will smush some, but that's okay. Okay, now it's dried. Super awesome. And then we're going to use this super fun pearlescent watercolor. Again, it's super, super cheap. It's only like, oh, that's dark. It's only like $4 or something. And it has a lot of color and it's shimmery. Really great palette. The only downside is it's not the greatest quality, but it's okay, It's only for card making, scrapbooking. It's definitely good enough for those purposes, in my opinion. And what's the other color? Yes, the green. I want this green color. Okay. And take a brush. What I do is that I usually pre-wet my surface, but don't go crazy because if you have not pre-gessoed your surface, the water really seeps down, like that soaks in. So you don't want to like crazily soak your paper. Just want to give some light spritz. Okay, just to have some water on there, because if you don't have water on there, your watercolor is going to be soaked right into your paper and gives that really harsh, unblendable look, and it's not any. You don't want to do that. Okay, so now I am going to paint the background. Don't think I'm just painting it randomly because I'm not doing that. I'm going to place down my photo mat here, and I have like an idea on where I want the color to be the darkest, and then feather out the color throughout according to the distance, if I'm making sense to you. So I don't have the whole layout to have the exact same colors, so they have variations, okay? So I'm gonna just mark out the areas first using some watercolor. And oddly enough, this whole palette matches the whole collection so well, the color in there. I think, sometimes if you have a nice watercolor, not nice by quality wise, but like a color, has a lot of color wise, if you have a nice watercolor palette that has enough color for you to play with, you really don't need that many embellishment um, to spice up your layout. But of course, embellishing is a must. But if you can use your color to embellish your layout, you can really save us some money on your embellishment. That's what I'm talking about. But I don't really practice myself. I tend to use a lot of flowers. I'm guilty on that. I'm a total flower hoarder. And when I see new flowers coming in a store, I need to get my hands on it. I'm just a flower hoarder. Hi, Priscilla. Sorry if I didn't say hi to everybody because I'm not really reading the chat the whole time when I am applying some colors or creating. Kind of get into the zone and I just forget about things. Okay, so the center, you just leave it blank. There's no point of adding colors, and it tells you where to place your photo too. And now, see, the color looks pretty dark, right? But after it dries, it's gonna dry lighter. It's going to dry a lot lighter. So don't worry and thinking, oh my gosh, she's applying colors so darkly, so heavily right now. They're going to dry pretty light. And to blend out the harsh edges, if you don't like them, just wet your brush and then drag out the edges, and it will do the job for you. I am not applying colors on every inch of this stenciled area because I want to add some green too afterwards. So if I just make it all so red, the green and red mix, that will turn into a matte color. So I don't want that. That's why I'm applying to every inch of the area. Thank you, Christine. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna dry it before I apply another color. Yes, the paper is hand painted. See ya, Delana. Bye. Thank you for being here tonight. So yes, the paper is Lemoncraft hand painted. I love this whole collection. The other collection I really love, it's from Lemoncraft, they're in a store, is the oh gosh, I don't remember the name. It's the another Shabby Chic vintage collection. I think it's called House of Roses or something like that. That collection is gorgeous. I am planning on getting my hand on that collection. Okay, and now I'm gonna use some creamies because I want to add some pink color in there. I need to scribble this color up because I just added that water since I spilled this thing on my carpet. My carpet is now really shiny. It's not going to show up that well on camera because it's a really light pink color, but in person it really adds a little variations. It's like a highlight throughout the whole thing, you know? It looks really nice. So I'm gonna paint it here and there. I'm going to make it fast so I don't go, it doesn't take too long. See how you dried a lot lighter? That's why I'm going to use another Shimmer's Inklings to darken the color up a little. Okay, now I'm going to use, if you want to know the name of this creamies, it's called Piggy Pink. Okay? Really gorgeous light pink color. And this is a Inklings color. It's on the bottom. It's called Ruby Lost Her Slippers, and it's in the Jewel collection. I added water to this a long time ago, so now it's really creamy and shimmery. I'm just going to add this around my photo. I want to make this my photo, the color that's going to enclose my photos at. Oh gosh, I'm not even making sense, but you know what I'm talking about. See, this is a lot darker, and this will not dry lighter because it's a better quality paint. But again, you don't need a whole lot of good quality paint in your stash for scrapbooking uses. You really don't. Okay, like that. Love it. Do you see how the texture is really coming out? Hopefully you're seeing that, because I'm going to lower the camera a little so you can see it better. Hopefully. The texture is really coming through the watercolor because, you know, it's resisting the watercolor. Some texture pastes don't resist watercolor that well. You really have to play around with the different texture pastes to have. But if you want to make your own, if you really want to add some Mod Podge in there, and that will help your texture paste to really resist the watercolor. But I know the Prima one and 13 Hours one, they both resist watercolor pretty well. So now I'm gonna grab some water to kind of smooth out the harsh edges of this watercolor frame we have right here, because right now it does look like a frame and I want to really smooth out the harsh edges. Now this page is pretty much soaking wet, so don't add more colors when your page is soaking wet like this, because you're going to end up ruining the papers, destroy the fibers, and the colors will turn into mud. I'm gonna add some color on this corner here just because I feel like it. Alright. Now I'm gonna dry it with my heat tool and add another color, and then the background is done. Yes, it is about layering, let it dry. The thing that I found that I was doing wrong when I first started doing it, I find that every project mine turned into a brown color, and I was like, why is it so hard? And then when I had a little bit more patience, I just wait there until they're dried, and then apply another layer of color, and they all look fine. But if I don't wait, it'll turn into a brown color, and I really don't like brown color. I love my project to have vibrant colors, so that's really important for me to wait between layers. If I don't, then it's not going to be as vibrant. Oh, Kathy. No, I don't use oil paintings, nope. The reason I don't is that is mainly because I heard it's harmful. So I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna use harmful paints. Okay, so that's dried, and I'm gonna add some green to this whole thing, and the green color I wetted is this one. I am applying it quite thickly because this green color from the layout that I made to show you guys a sample layout, this green color dries a lot lighter than what it looks like. So that's why I'm really applying it so thickly. And I'm gonna do some of this lighter tealish green here. It's not really teal, isn't it? It's more like a grass green. Lemon, mint green, yes, mint green. That's a good word for it. It's a light, beautiful mint green. And this color is gonna dry even lighter. So this is really just going to add a little bit of hue. It's not gonna add much, but it's better to have this a little bit different color variations than nothing. I love adding these little details to my layout, so that when people look at in person, there's more to look at than the overall things. You know, they can catch this little subtle differences, which makes it super fun. I'm gonna paint out the green a little bit more, just so they don't clump together and make that huge green color puddle. I don't want that. And then I'm adding some of this really vibrant red color. Some of it is mixing with the green and turning into a little bit brown, but that is totally okay. Okay, so like that. And if you're like me, who love to add some shimmer, even more shimmer, I'm crazy about shimmer, so I know. Don't judge me. I'm gonna use some of the spray. This is a bloom spray. It's called Tea Stain. One of my favorite color. It just adds a really subtle color to your layout, and it's not overly crazy. After it dries, it will be quite subtle actually. So I'm just gonna use my heat tool and dry it, and then just chase down a color a little bit too. I know, heat tool is the best. I have no patience to wait for everything to dry. If I don't use ski tool, this class is gonna be 2 hours long. Yes, I will check out your gallery for sure. I would love to see the oil paintings. Thank you, Elaine. I love the shimmery look, but this camera is not the best. So it really is catching up the shimmer on this side. It makes it look like it has so much color on this side, but it's not. It really is not. It's just some shimmer, or just some shimmer here. And if you really don't like that much shimmer, just, take a damp paper towel and just wipe it away. Because it's, in the end, watercolor. So you can always wipe it away a little if you don't like it. Okay, so the background is ready. And now let's play with the embellishing process. Again, I'm going to use hot glue just so it's faster on the live show, on the live class. But if you're doing it on your own, I do not suggest hot glue, fabric tack, or anything else. It's better than hot glue, okay? Alright. And now, what I'm going to do is, I cut out some, let me grab those paper. I kind of just spread them everywhere on my desk, making it really messy. So I cut out some strips from the scrap after I cut out some areas, just this kind of scrap. And I'm going to layer those scraps around my photo, okay? Because I think doing that is going to add even more layered look to your layout, and you don't need some extra papers for this. Just 2 sheets of paper are enough for both layering and your background paper. Okay, super fun and save your money. I am all about being cheap. Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna put this one first because I want this one to be the layer that's the most, the layer on the most bottom. I am having a hard time finding words tonight. I don't know, I think the English side of my brain is acting out tonight. I'm using hot glue for this too. It's gonna have some ugly hot glue hanging out after it's dry, but it's okay. It's alright. Okay, like that. I love these little wood embellishments. These are from 13 Arts. Really, really cute. Love those. Okay, so now I'm going to layer the paper. I'm just going to layer them really roughly. It really don't, it really doesn't matter where you place it. But the rule of thumb that I find of placing these paper is that I've said this on my previous classes too, is that you never have the same, have them on the same level as the other paper to make them look like they are not at a, so they look like they're not at the same level and dimension. Gosh, I'm not making sense. But you know what I mean, just don't line them up. That's basically what I mean. If you line these 2 paper up on this edge, it's gonna look like they are the same dimension, and it's not, it's not gonna work for layering if you want to achieve that layered look. So that's what I basically do, since I am not the best at layering yet. So yeah, that's the way that I cheat through my layers. And, always find some pieces that have some variations in colors or texture so that it looks like you have more going on. That's why I'm layering some of it that has some little different texture in there, just so it has some more interest to look at. And then like that. Place this one right here. Just burnt myself. Ouch. That happens a lot when you use hot glue. Okay, like that. See, I'm not making them all align with each other. I always make sure I break apart the alignment. Even when you are doing, let's say this two paper is going to be on the same level like right here, and I make sure that this paper hang out a little bit more than this one, just so it looks like they're not the same. See, I have I have developed a whole theory behind this kind of thing. It's funny. It's like I have nothing to do, so I develop a theories on this. And I'm gonna cut this in half. I'm gonna put one right here. Okay, and then let's do one more. I'm gonna cut this part apart. I'm gonna put one more right here. Now I'm gonna have some embellishment here. That's why I'm placing them very loosely, so the embellishment don't cover everything up. I'm probably gonna have to do one or two more pieces afterwards. So, do you have this resin face flower? If you don't, go get it. Super funny, not funny, super pretty, not super funny, super pretty, super nice. Love these. Yeah, it's kind of covered my layer, but it's okay. I'm going to do more layering around the flowers too. Now I'm gonna do the hot glues on here just so that my flower don't cover the photo mat, and later on I can still slip in a photo. Okay, so here's they're all not covered. I can still put a photo in there afterwards. All right. I love these little resin face. So pretty. I'm in love with them the first time I saw those, and whew, it's a mosquito. And then I got them. And I just love those things. I want to use them on everything, but you know, of course, it's not going to happen. If I use them on everything, it's going to make everything look the same, but it's just so pretty. If you like to make cards, this thing can use as a sentiment on your card, and you don't need to add anything else because it's so pretty on its own. Okay, I'm going to add a bit more here. Layering around my embellishment. Okay, I think it looks fine right now. And I'm just going to do something really simple. I'm going to use my finger and just kind of pull up the edge of these layered little rectangles, because I don't want it to look so straight and don't have that kind of distressed and dimensional look to them. Because the photo mat is already super straight in edges and it's quite boring, right? We don't want this to look boring. We want it to look fun. So we're going to do this. You can do this beforehand, but there's really no point of doing it because you're going to cover it. Some areas, you know, some areas are going to be covered with the next layering. So I'm just going to do this after everything is pasted on there. It really doesn't matter how you do this. You can make it as messy as possible and it's still going to look good. Do it on every side that are exposed. All right. I'm looking at the chat. Are you talking about the flower don't have the best looking face? I am not really catching up with the chat, so sometimes I read something and get confused. Okay, so now it looks better than before. The edges are all curled up, and I'm gonna place down more embellishment. Now this is from Lemon Crafts as well, the same collection, Heart Painted. I think it's the same collection, or maybe not, but it's from Lemon Crafts, and it's super pretty. These are the buttons, and they have double-sided adhesive already on there, which makes it super easy and fun to use. So, just gonna place them down on some areas. I love these buttons. Look how pretty they are. Not only use them on your layout, I can use them on a card with the flowers together, and it's done. totally done. You don't even need other embellishment. I'm all about seeking simple projects. I'm lazy. Totally lazy. Don't tell others that I am pretty lazy on my project sometimes. When I don't have the mojo, now I got pretty lazy. But, of course, this project is not from laziness. It's from well-planned laziness. I've planned ahead my U-string projects every time when I get the U-string stuff. And this one, the theme is how to be lazy and still make it look good. Okay, where is this one gonna go? Let's think. Not sure. Maybe here. Okay, can put it here. It's not done yet because I have OCDs and I hate things that look plain. I am going to take the same watercolor palettes here. And I'm going to just ever so lightly touch some color on this layered paper. Just so it blends in better. And it, what's the word for it? And it just makes the photo mat kind of pop out more. Okay? So, like that. Now don't worry that it has a harsh line right now, because I will later on go over using some water, like right now, to really smooth out the harsh edges, because it's not pretty. Nobody likes some harsh edges. Okay. And then I'm going to add some green, because we don't want it to have the same color, and that's not pretty either. So now it really blends in with everything else. I'm going to spray a little bit water on this flower. Okay, and then I'm going to use the same green color here, and I'm going to paint this flower with this green color, because I don't want to leave it white. If some area is not wetted, just use your brush and just wet it, because I want the color to really float around on this flower. If you don't wet it beforehand, like I said, it will just soak into one area immediately, and it's not pretty. And we'll also use glitter on this thing, and you'll see how pretty this is going to be using glitter. Hopefully the camera's going to catch it up, but if not, I don't know, I maybe will take pictures. Really hope the camera will catch the glittery look after I put the glitter on there. Okay, like that. I'm gonna dry it, and then I will apply glitter on there to really bling this thing up. It's easy. Just have patience. Everything I do before, when I don't have the patience for it to dry, it looks brown. And it's not, you know, I did not like the way it looks. But of course, I'm not saying brown does not look good. But, you know, if you want your stuff to look vibrant, you gotta wait. It's the hardest part. It's so hard. I do not like to wait for anything. I am such a person that's just in a hurry. Like, I want to do things the second after I know it. So it's really hard to wait, but you just have to wait. Ah, I love the screen. So pretty. September kids, it's gonna be on the 30th, and the pre-order is going to be on the 20th. I think either 31st or 30th. Nope, 30th. September, yeah, 31st. I don't know. I'm thinking if August have 31 days or 30 days. Okay, now I'm going to take a little crafting mat. I just cut this into little pieces because I don't want to use it, you know, the whole piece and then just clean the whole thing instead of a little sheet. So I'm gonna grab some soft gel. And I need to put a gel on there first, because if you don't do that, what's gonna happen is that you're going to have glitters fly everywhere. So you really want to put down your gel first and then drop your glitter in there. So don't make the mistake that I made. Put down your gel first. Okay, now I'm gonna drop down the glitter. You can drop as much as little amount as you wish. I dropped quite a bit. This is from Prima's Art Extravagance glitter set. Okay, so there are 4 other different color glitters in the set. I'm just using this green one. Right now, it doesn't look so yummy because it's in a gel. But after you apply it, it's gonna look really nice after it dries. And don't forget that you have to what's the word? You have to apply colors before you apply this glitter gel, because after your glitter gel dries, it's going to resist any water you put on there. So you really want to apply any watercolor beforehand, unless you want to use acrylics, of course. Okay, gonna put this on the flower. Really going to make this little chewy flowers looks nice. I am leaving the face alone. I don't want to touch the beautiful face. I used to not like glitter at all. I have not been using glitter for 2 years, like ever since I started crafting. I have not once used the glitter. And then after Prima's Art Extravagance came out, like with all those fun glitters, I started to be in love with glitters. And now my room is filled with little glitters everywhere. Even my computer has glitters in some little areas and I just can't get them out. Alright, and I just paint it everywhere. Really, really spice up a little flower. And also, you can make your own glitter mix, you know? If you don't like just using one color, by all means, mix your own glitter like you're doing nail arts. Do your glitter mix and then put on a project. Super fun. Okay, so that's the glitter on there. And then the last step of this class, oh my gosh, I'm so good. I kept it within a whole an hour. I'm proud of myself. I'm going to use some Satin Crystal. Now, it's not really crystal, but, you know, it's crystal-like stuff. It's from the Debutante collection. I don't know the fancy words. They really throw me off. If it's not English, I don't know how to pronounce it. So I hope I said it right. Debutante, probably. It's from the Prima collection. And I love this little rose-looking say in the crystals. I think the Butterfly collection has the same little rose thing. They're just so pretty. I love this little rose. These are my favorite say in the crystal shapes from Prima. Okay, so I'm gonna just add some little roses around this photo. It really does not matter where you place it, as long as you're not aligning 2 things. So they don't, you know, if I just put everything in a straight line, that will look really not good, right? Just make sure nothing is in a straight line with one another. Alright, and one more little soft pink one right here. And one more. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Another one more bright pink one right here. there it is. I think the layout is finished. Isn't that super simple? I did not put a lot of embellishment on there. I put, this is all paper, you know? This layers, they're all papers, and I just put some buttons, one flower, some crystals. That's like the cheapest layout you can ever made. So that's it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. My brain is having major brain fart today. I'm really sorry. I can't find words to describe. It's probably from because I was in State Fair yesterday and I feel super uncomfortable today. Oh, the buttons, it probably got sold out. Thank you so much, Joe. If it has an error message, probably it's because it's sold out. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's super vintage and Shabby inspired. Do it yourself, you know, it's super fun and it's inexpensive. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Really, really appreciate you being here today with me and with my major brain farting. Thank you guys so, so much. Okay, I will stop the recording and stop the broadcast, and I will be in the chat for a while. So if you have a question, I will still be here. Okay, so see ya. Mwah, mwah. Again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you.